We don't have music going. We don't have here. You wanted probably 10 minutes of watching our dog anyway. That's what you really wanted. There she is. But we're late because it's been one of those days, and we have days like you have days, and Scabigail is she really does kind of look like Winston Churchill. Hi, QQ live and on the air, albeit late, and we are terribly sorry about that. We had issues because we wanted to get some food ready, and we didn't have a drink ready, and then there's some exciting news that we were getting ready to share. And Elizabeth is over there right now cranking up some tunes, or I guess it's going to be Arctic Outpost. Welcome to our living room, which is, these are all CDs. These are boxes full of CDs. We never,
Thank you, Jen.
that's a coffee table, which is just a big pile of books. And these are bass amps, and then there's a
Spinning on.
wobbles,
You might be playing CDs tonight because.
well, if we play CDs, and this is bar number 2. There are 3 bars in the house. We have a lot of alcohol. This is, what is his name?
I used to know, but now I've forgotten. Nicholas.
So we usually listen to Arctic Outpost Radio, and I'm sure that it's gonna, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to kick you. It's gonna come through.
Okay.
You might just have to hit
I've hit
something.
I've hit.
Well,
I've hit all
it's
the
silence tonight instead of Arctic
things.
Outpost
Yes.
Radio.
Crickets.
Crickets. Oh, nope.
No, that's me.
I'm just gonna come over here and start the food.
Yeah.
Elizabeth's on music duty. If you throw on a CD or a record, nobody's going to mind. It just means, of course, that YouTube's going to. Well, you know what? We don't monetize this anyway. We don't monetize this show because we just don't give a shit about making money on this show. This show's about. This is our home, and we like having you guys in our home. And we are going to do a cocktail. But before we do a cocktail, I've actually got to do a little bit of food prep because there's something that has to sit for a while. So believe it or not, I actually occasionally go to my own recipes. And a few years ago, I'm not proud of this recipe. This is that backwards for you guys too? This is ants and trees. It's actually ma yi sheng zhu, I believe is how it is pronounced. It's a Sichuan dish. And I'm not going to lie and tell you that I'm doing an authentic version. I'm not. I bastardized it for the ingredients that I had around. So ants and trees. So it's based on mung bean thread noodles, which is the tree, scallion, which is the leaves, and little fried pieces of highly spiced pork. That's supposed to be the ants. So ants and trees doesn't sound great. I realize that. Now, being a Sichuan dish, it is not often going to call for some of the ingredients that I'm going to use. But when I first put this together, what is that? No, but did you get Arctic Outpost or is that a CD? No, it's a CD. Anyway, yeah, computer's not working. Probably because it's 75 years old and hasn't been updated lately. So this is a recipe that would usually call for quite a few authentic ingredients, things like there would be like fresh ginger in it, which we're not going to use, and there would be ants in trees or ants climbing trees. I don't know exactly how the translation goes, but I have nothing but respect for Sichuan cuisine. This is simply my riff. Okay, I am not claiming authority over Sichuan cuisine. We did this on Good Eats several years ago. And the reason that you know it's not authentic is that it calls for sambal, chili paste, which was what I had at the time and thought it tasted pretty good. It is not authentic, okay? So I just want to be clear on that. This is not an authentic recipe. If you get it off of my website, I think it's tasty. Nice picture. I think it's tasty. We're going to add some vegetables to it because this is the kind of meal that on a weeknight where we would throw together. So but the meat has to marinate. So we're gonna get that done first, and then we're gonna make a cocktail, which is an interesting cocktail. So the ingredients that I actually need for this, for this part of this, is I need a couple of tablespoons of sambal chili paste. You could use a more authentic Sichuan chili paste. I need some cornstarch, 10 ounces of ground pork, which is a really strange amount. and some cornstarch. And the cornstarch is necessary because this is going to kind of make its own sauce, and we need it to absorb. What? No Patreon, no subscription. I don't. So I'm going to start getting these things together while Elizabeth talks. Well, I'm going to.
No, I'm not gonna talk. We're gonna get this stuff, in fact, I can go get this stuff together, or you've already got it all in one place.
I bought pork, so we've got ground pork, and ground pork is we've got actually quite a bit of it here. This is 1.75 pounds. Yeah, it's more than 10 ounces. Certainly, we've got soy sauce, which we have here, and we're going to use low sodium. I think there's some sambal in there on the top shelf. On the right, yeah, that's the good stuff. So we need sambal, huh?
We use some of my.
Absolutely, we should use some of that. So this is a chili paste that Elizabeth made with chilies that we grew ourselves, some serranos. That is a fantastic idea.
What's the next thing?
I'm going to need some rice wine, and I'm going to need some cornstarch. I know where those things are. I'm going to go into the pantry of doom. Yes, this is how we live. We're going to need some chicken broth. We're gonna need some Chinese rice wine. Stop. We're gonna need. I need what I really need. Oop. Szechuan peppercorns. We're gonna put some of that mouth-numbing, that heat that goes from the prickly pear. No, we're not gonna use nutmeg in this. We're also gonna need bean thread, because we're gonna have to soak that. And I need cornstarch. I need to get some cornstarch. So I need all of this stuff. Okay. Oh, you know what? I don't need that chicken stock. I've got homemade chicken stock. Okay, I've got. Yeah, there's a container of chicken stock in the. We're not going to need all of this. Now, mung bean thread, of course, is made from mung beans, very high in protein. There's some chicken stock. It's separated, but that's okay. So I need to get a bowl. Look, I can see everything in there. It's like a mirror. I see you, I see Johnny, and I see, there you are. I think that's you. We have the same glasses, so sometimes it's hard to tell. So we're gonna get you do have hair.
Kind of.
You have hair, but you very often wear it tightly. I have to use my own recipe sometimes. So the soy sauce, rice wine, and chili paste. So the soy sauce is
Soy.
I have never been able to say soy. People used to give me all kinds of grief about this on Art Chef America when I would say soy. Like my daughter, Zoe. Soy sauce.
Soy. We can just change it. We can all collectively change the way we say it to make you feel better.
I don't want to make me feel better. I don't need to feel better. We need 2 ounces, so that's 4 tablespoons.
And you're doing this to soak the
meat. This is for the marinated meat. We're going to soak the
noodles you're doing.
the noodles as well.
So I can go ahead and start on the noodles.
They only soak for 20 minutes, so it would be premature, I think. So 2 ounces of soy sauce. Right. Now this calls for combine the soy sauce, the rice wine. How much rice wine does it call for? 1 tablespoon. Okay. We're going to use Chinese rice wine. I don't even know if this is the right kind of rice wine. I'm just using it anyway. Yeah, and I think this is actually sweet. I don't think this is the right one, but that's okay. We're going to go with that. The chili paste. So my recipe calls for a tablespoon. I don't think that's anywhere near enough, but that's okay.
Is there a difference between Japanese and Chinese rice wine?
Yes, but not enough to where I think that it tremendously matters.
Oh, I'm just wondering
In this
what the
case.
difference is.
How they're made, the type of rice that goes into them, the amount that they're fermented, the exact bacteria that does the fermenting is a little bit different. I tend to find the Chinese version to be a little, not harsher, but a little more robust, personally. So now we're gonna add, this is Elizabeth's chili paste that she made out of serranos. We're gonna add a whopping tablespoon of that. So we're almost doubling the chili amount here.
Okay.
The heat, because we're gonna be adding vegetables to this.
That was my request, because you were like,
Well, it's not, typically the only thing that goes in here,
scallions.
okay, what's that?
Like peas.
And then I need, cornstarch is super important for this recipe, and it's only a teaspoon though. The sauce will not come together without the cornstarch. So
You have to get that kind of, that's the thing about Chinese cooking that I'm aware of, a lot of Asian, well, Chinese specifically, is that cornstarchiness to it. So
well, it tends to create kind of these jewel clear sauces. What's funny is that this sauce, there's almost not going to be much sauce, because the noodles are going to absorb a huge amount. Okay, then we're going to add the pork, and we're going to mix that with hands.
why do, again, to
gonna
me
guess.
specifically Chinese, mostly dishes, have that?
That's their thickener of
Gelatinous.
traditional thickener of choice for
But
a
other-
lot of sauces
other-
because of how it looks, and also because of the way that it thickens.
But a lot of other Asian foods don't use it.
That's true.
So what other cuisines use
Just a
it
little bit. Cornstarch?
as much?
I think of it predominantly as an Asian, as an Asian thickener. We do use it, and I say we, I mean Western cuisines use it, but we very often reach for flour, for actual wheat flour,
Yeah.
because it's just more common. In cultures that are more rice-driven, it's the starch of choice. So this meat mixture needs to marinate, but in order to do that, I've got to
Should
kind
have
of.
point of my question.
I'm sorry?
Why use it at all? Why do you need a thickener? Why? I mean,
Because it is going to, in this case, bind and help keep the sauce from separating from the fat phase of the pork. So it's going to stick, it's just going to stay together. And it's going to give the noodles a bit of shine when they're done, because the noodles are going to soak up the additional liquid that we're going to add. So this should really sit for half an hour. We have chicken stock standing by, but we don't need it yet. There's the, I've got porky hands. So I need to wash my hands. Cornstarch, of course, sets or thickens at different temperatures. But the main thing is that it turns really clear. So people find that kind of creepy. Like for Thanksgiving gravy, nobody wants that to be kind of clear and jewel-like, like you would see in sesame beef or something like that. I like cornstarch because it's super reliable.
I guess I grew up not cooking with thickeners. I just don't know about thickeners or why we use them or what the point of them is. If
Well,
it's just because you're
the point
adding
of
carbohydrates, you're adding sugar, you're adding, like, I just don't know what.
Well, in this case, it's only a teaspoon of a carbohydrate.
Yeah, I'm just, okay.
It's thickening, it's binding. It's going to help hold the pieces of meat to the noodle, and it's going to give the noodles a glossy sheen.
So it keeps the meat from sliding off the noodles and being in the bottom of the bowl.
Oh yeah, it will. It's actually gonna act as a binder. Now, the noodles that we need. I do. Do you want to add? Do you like the Szechuan numbness?
A little bit.
Okay, we're gonna
A lot of times
stir
it's
in.
overused. And
So
don't,
Szechuan peppercorns, which are not actual peppercorns, prickly ash.
You don't want to. So those are big
Well,
pieces.
okay. I don't.
No, it's fine. I'm just one. That's how you normally do it, or do you water and press it? Because I can just imagine that, like, if you get one of those pieces in your mouth, you'll be like, here, I'll do it. I'm just asking questions. It's fine. I'm just looking at the size of them, and it's like, wow, that's gonna be fun. That piece.
You're right. I'm getting them out.
I mean, I don't. And maybe they break down. Perhaps. Here. I'll do it since I was on the point.
We need 4.5 ounces of mung bean thread. And there's an awful lot here. These are in these individual containers are kind of a pain in the butt. I don't typically like working with these bundles, so I'm gonna actually weigh these out. Mung bean thread. thank you for doing that. And that should be worked in there. I guess you don't.
I will do it.
Do you want to use a spoon or a
No,
spoon?
no, use my hands.
I'm going to stack these up. Okay, so 2 of these, 4.5 ounces, and I'd forgotten about that. So if you buy yours, the Kimbo brand, the one that comes in the little pink mesh, is always going to be 2, I call them buns because that's just kind of what it reminds me of. 2 of these will be 4.5 ounces. So those can soak in just hot water for 20 minutes. And we can kind of cheat on the time here because I want to get to the cocktail.
Okay. So these are being soaked just in water?
Hot water.
Hot water.
As soon as I get some hot,
And that's just to get them,
it's just to hydrate them.
just to hydrate them. Doesn't,
The nice thing about these noodles is they actually don't require cooking. That's
Really?
why they're the last thing that's going to go in the pan.
so theoretically you could just eat them
Well,
they're hydrated.
you know, some people just fry these suckers. There are dishes that call for just frying them like this. I'm just going to hydrate these in like a baking pan, which I think will be okay. I really want to put that in my mouth, but I'm not going to. Because it's raw pork. Although, you know, there hasn't been trichinosis in commercial pork in this country for like 75 years. For people that are worried about that.
Really?
Yeah.
So pigs are, I don't even know.
Commercial, but most people get trichinosis from things like cougars, things like that, pumas. We're gonna be cooking in this big metal wok. I'm not gonna say that this is fancy cast iron. It's not. It's just steel. It is a number 39. This is actually a Japanese wok, but I really like it, and it's relatively seasoned. I've used this for a few years, so we'll be cooking in that. So we'll have the noodles going into water soon, and the meat is marinating.
Okay, so in the meantime,
Now we can have a cocktail. We are going to make, for those of you who have visited Singapore, Elizabeth has been to Singapore. I have not been to Singapore. Have you been to Raffles?
yes.
So Raffles is, come tell people what, oh, by the way, because this is an exotic evening, exotic flowers are in the offing. This is a fantastically exotic, you know, last week you were saying that there weren't any really great flowers on the marketplace, and then this week there's this.
Well, I mean, you know, it depends on the week and when you get there. And
Well, what do we have?
Agonis.
Aganis, okay.
We have Cymbidium orchids. Yeah, I know.
What do you mean,
Zinnia.
yeah, you know? What does that mean?
Orchids are like everyone does them, but I thought they worked.
Everyone does them? What?
Everyone does
What,
them.
everybody has orchids? I don't, what did you call that?
Cymbidium.
Cymbidium. Well, now I feel small and little and stupid and insignificant.
Zinnia.
Zinnias, okay,
Which
I
is
do
not,
recognize
not that
those.
exotic. Anemone. Japanese anemone.
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 Like sea anemone?
anemone,
like the same
Japanese
word?
Anemone, kind of, yes.
These are like onion.
chives.
Okay,
Yeah.
those are chives.
And whatever palm frond things. And that's it.
Well, it's incredibly colorful. Wait, this isn't the same.
That's part of the anemone.
Okay, that's part of the anemone. And those are Japanese?
They're called Japanese anemone.
Wow.
Anemone.
Most of it, somebody's saying not most of us know flowers. I don't know jack shit about flowers. I can look at a flower and say, that's a flower. And that is about it. You know, I don't know how you keep these names. Like, that's a blah, 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 blah. And I'll go,
It's the same way that you know things like the difference between.
you know what? I don't know jack shit that I don't
Japanese
study on a
rice
day-to-day
wine.
basis.
When's the last time you read up on Japanese versus Chinese rice wine?
Well, I'm not going to tell you because if people know that I just make shit up when I can't remember it. Thanks for pointing that out, by the way.
You throw out big words like pH, and that's a small word.
pH is not that big.
you
Yeah,
know,
you're right.
smart
pH is
sounding.
easy though because that's just a matter of acidity.
Make the
And
drink. Are
it's-
you guys a bunch of alcoholics?
Hey, we're gonna
We're
make a
doing
damn
it.
drink. Back off.
Yeah, make the noodles. Thank you.
We're gonna make the noodles first. Okay, well that's not anywhere near enough fucking water, so I'm gonna have to.
All right. So, the Raffles Hotel.
That should really cover. Yes, tell us about the Raffles Hotel. That's in Singapore. Clear, it's like when Jack Sparrow said,
Yeah,
clean,
it's written here.
clearly.
I was gonna guess 1910s, but 1915.
I did write down, because I have to write down everything. It's like Jack Sparrow says, oh, clearly you've never been to Singapore. Singapore.
That'd be a long sail on those ships. And I didn't even know it was Ngam Tong Boon.
So I'm embarrassed because I don't know how to say that name. Is it
Ngam Tong Boon. I don't know.
Ngiam? I'm going to admit.
Ngiam, I don't know.
Ngam Tong Boon, who was the, so is it still called the Long Bar? Mm-hmm. At Raffles. So is Raffles was kind of an expat?
Expat bar. So probably like if Hemingway had gone to Singapore.
You're not, I want you in the light.
Singapore, like Hemingway had gone. And these big fans, it's known for these big fans at Garage. It was hot as blazes. And I'm sure there were lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of gin and tonics drunk there because, you know, Brits.
Ow.
There's a wonderful part of town called English Road, which is all these sort of 1910s, 1920s buildings.
Got it. I've seen photos that you showed me, but I've never been and I'll never go. I know. So.
And there's little plantation chairs, or not, but not our plantations, but planters' chairs, I guess. And people would sit around in these sort of caned chairs in their suits. You know,
Is this still a popular place?
yeah. It's of course touristy now in a way. But I mean, touristy. It's not Disneyland. You got to get to Singapore first. So, but yeah, it's and a Singapore sling costs
Singapore.
like $40.
We got to get to Singapore. Is an audio guy with a boom mic too much to ask? Yeah, it's too much to fucking ask. Back out of our shit. If you don't like our audio, don't watch the show. We don't have a crew. We don't have an audio guy. We don't have a boom. So it is too much to freaking ask. You're getting this for free, so shut the hell up or watch something else. Are we good? Okay.
That was actually really. You haven't been watching, have you,
What?
dude?
Dude?
The question about the.
There's not going to be a boom. We have no crew. We have no money. We have no budget. So and now, back to drinking. Yeah, Mike.
We can look.
This came from Singapore. Some of our
Yes,
fans
our wonderful
sent us.
fans.
Some of our fans who didn't complain
Yay.
about the audio sent us this strainer kit
We know of.
from
In
Singapore.
fact, if Singapore people are here tonight with us,
If you're with us tonight, not complaining about the audio, this has been a really wonderful. and
Yeah.
I will admit, I wasn't using it right. It was nice of you to support me, though. I was putting it on top and trying to hold my finger when actually, of course, it goes down
and then pours.
and then up like this so that you pour. I was a rube. And I'm sorry.
So specifically, Singapore people, was this because this is what they use in Singapore, or because it's just
All I know is that we have fans that don't complain about the audio in Singapore.
in Singapore, no less.
Have you ever had a Singapore sling at Raffles?
Yes,
It's actually Japanese.
it is. Yes.
I don't know how this drink came to be. Sorry, I didn't.
no, I like it. It's good.
Boom. By the way, I'm actually just reflecting rage that was thrown at me from automobiles today. I almost tweeted today, automobile, noun, a device that Atlantans use to show each other how much of assholes they are. There is so much aggression on the roads. There's an intersection
I
not
tell
far
you all
from
the
our
time, and
house.
you don't-
Well, I did,
Yeah,
but I
you
don't.
all the time.
There's an intersection near our house where you go over a railroad track and there's no stop sign because you're not supposed to park on railroad tracks. And so this person came over the hill and stopped, even though there's no stop sign, leaving me on the railroad tracks. And I think I hear a train coming, so I tapped the horn. I went like, ah. And immediately this arm goes out of this other car, and the person's turning around and screaming at me, and at one point like stops and is going like double birds out the car, and I'm like, there's no stop sign. I'm sorry, I didn't want to be hit by a train. And then I had to go do voiceovers for a new project that I can't talk about, and I did the thing that we're not supposed to do, and it's the thing that Morpheus told Trinity to never do. Don't get on the freeway, right?
That's what I do. That's why I go in Atlanta Road.
Don't ever get on the freeway in Atlanta. And I got behind because I left my wallet, which you brought to me. Thank you. But I had to get on the freeway. Oh my God. People are
Maniacs.
So this guy that had a give world peace a chance and it was world above his bumper sticker comes slamming over, single occupant in the car, into the HOV lane, double crossing the double lines twice and going 90 miles an hour. And this was repeated over and over. Okay, we need a drink. So, hi.
Is this happening in other cities? Because it really has.
I'm afraid to not be armed. I totally am armed. Doesn't matter. So I don't understand how this drink came to be, because what it involves is an interesting mixture of liquids. What we've got here is, now this is, it really should be cherry herring. We're going to use Luxardo, which is a maraschino liqueur, because it's the only cherry liqueur we've got. We need gin, so of course we're using Beefeater 24 because it's the elixir of the gods. What?
Where's your phone?
Where's my phone?
I was gonna look up actually how it came to be.
I don't know where my phone is, actually. Hey Siri, where are you?
No.
Worthless. Maybe it's in my bag. Maybe it's in my bag. We need that. We need Cointreau, or an orange liqueur. We could also use triple sec. We're using pineapple juice, unsweetened pineapple juice, which some recipes actually leave out.
Yeah,
Limes.
It's surprising to me that you wanted to do that.
Lime juice, and Benedictine, which is a rather unusual. And the thing about Benedictine is I don't think that we've ever actually used Benedictine on this show before. It's French. It's liqueur palatifécici, blah, 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 blah. Benedictine, distilled and mellowed in an extravagant palace located in... Look, I'm going to be really honest. I don't know what this is. It's some kind of liqueur. You guys look it up.
Aren't there monks involved?
There might have been monks involved because it says DOM, so it's a dom. I'm not saying all monks are doms.
Gin-based sling cocktail.
Or, well, it used to be that any gin-based drink was called a sling, I think. Or was that when it was slow gin? SLOE, not
Sling
slow.
cocktail, long drink.
Long drink. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna make this thing. I'm gonna make this thing.
It was called the gin sling. A sling was originally a North American drink composed of a spirit and water sweetened and flavored.
You know what
It didn't
happens?
have to be gin.
You know what happens to guys who ask for boom mics? Huh?
Kitty
You want to
cat.
know? Kitty cat. That's what happens. They lose their noses. Name that film.
D.A. the best film ever. D.A. Embry.
1 ounce. That is a great name. 1 ounce of. I'm just gotta keep this going. 1 ounce of lime
Greatest
juice.
movie ever.
Oh, greatest
Of
movie ever.
all
Chinese
the recipes for this drink, I've never seen any two that were alike.
That's one of the things, is that no one can seem to agree on what a Singapore
The
sling
original
actually
recipe,
is.
quote unquote, is mixing, the Times described, this must be in New York, one of cherry brandy and orange pineapple and lime juice.
We don't have orange. We have pineapple.
Cherry hearing, as you said, and Benedictine, fresh pineapple.
We don't have fresh pineapple.
And primarily from Sarawak or smooth cayenne
Okay.
pineapples.
This is the recipe that I'm using for 2. You can look this up. It is what's called the original Raffles recipe. I've made it ×2 and put it in avoirdupois instead of the original metric, just for ease here. So for 2 people, it's going to be 3. I've got 1 ounce of lime juice already in there. 3 ounces of gin.
I'm trying to see
and
where
I
the-
am
where
using
the Raffles
Beefeater
bar was.
24. There's 2. I'm afraid this is going to fill this thing up, but that's okay. We'll make do. There's our gin. 3 ounces of gin. 1 ounce of cherry liqueur. Cherry herring would be the norm. I'm using a maraschino Luxardo because we have it, and a bottle in hand is worth 2 at the liquor
The
store.
Benedictine must be pink because they're all pink looking.
1 in a hand is worth 2 at the liquor store. I guess that wasn't really. We're listening to something rather aggressive. Here's the Cointreau, also 1 ounce, so the same amount as the Luxardo, or whatever cherry liqueur you're using. You could use triple sec. We don't have any. Cointreau's a little bit different. I think it's more complex than triple sec, and I like it a lot more. So that's what I've got. We're going to go with only ½ an ounce of the Benedictine, which I like Benedictine. I don't think I've ever had it. I like this. I don't get out much. What is that I'm tasting? There's a here. Taste this.
So it's a French Dom thing, right?
You know, a Dom.
Just like
No, it's
not like
smoother.
a brandy.
It's a brandy mixed with maybe like a slow gin with a little bit of sugar in it. No, I like that.
I do too.
I could.
I mean, that's definitely like.
This is a Dom I could get with.
This is a sipping at late night on a cold. This will be a winter lake.
So it is a DOM Dom, so there'd have to be some discipline involved.
It seems a
Perhaps
little.
some latex. I don't know. I like it.
It seems. I'm surprised. It's a little sweeter than I might have thought you would think.
Well,
it is.
there's something herbal in the back
Yeah, it's
that I'm
pretty
with.
nice.
And then what we need is 8 full ounces of the pineapple juice. This is, of course, for 2 beverages. Unsweetened, that is important. And it's not as easy to find as you might think. Make sure that's the real thing. I understand, and I've read several sources that say that Trader Joe,
Vicks.
no, Trader, the grocery store.
No, Joe's.
Trader Joe's. I don't get out much. The Trader Joe's has a really good one. I am not going to go.
Trader Joe's what? Has what?
Has a really good unsweetened pineapple juice. I don't know how I feel about going with the full 8 ounces. I think it's
That's
going
a
to be too
lot.
much.
I think
I
it's a lot.
agree.
Yeah.
Also, a lot of recipes call for grenadine. I hate grenadine, so I'm not going to use it.
Yeah, you said.
I don't like grenadine. And it's because I love pomegranates, but I'm just not a fan.
I'm just Wikipediaing all over the place tonight, so I'm just curious now about.
Bitters. We're finishing with some bitters, and we're just using Angostura. Heavy Dash, because we don't like sweet drinks.
An herbal liqueur produced in France.
You're in the dark.
The recipe comes from a 16th century monk, of course, and
Dom.
includes a secret blend of 27 herbs and a neutral spirit that's sweetened with honey. It may be an old liqueur, but has a well-deserved place in the Mountain Bar. Benedictine is a... What are we listening to, people? Who wants to know what we're listening to? I know we got some people who...
Is this like a Toto cover band? I'm sorry.
Who are we listening to?
Somebody tell us what we're listening to.
I know, but they don't know. Wow. Professional.
Oh,
No, hint? You guys don't know who we're listening to? You're listening to me. Okay, us.
So
yes, Style Council.
this is
Ding, ding,
supposed
ding,
to be
ding, ding,
it is
ding,
Style
ding.
Council. I can't shake this because it's too full, so I'm actually stirring in the shaker. This would typically be served in a Collins glass with ice, but I'm not going to do that because we just don't roll that way. We do cocktails, so we're going rogue. And we have no garnish because I don't have any maraschino. Oh, I do actually. Wait, I've got maraschino cherries. Yeah, you're right.
Well, are they at the lake?
No, we have some here. I feel certain.
We have all kinds of cool stuff in here. Well, people.
There's like a half-eaten cherry in here.
Don't look at me. That's the kind of thing that you do. That
Who
is-
the hell would do something like that?
You.
I would not. If I'm gonna,
My assistant goes to the lake with her boyfriend. We come back
there's exactly 2 cherries in here.
and we go back to the lake the next week, and Alan's like, they drank all the whiskey and left an empty bottle.
I did not say that. Don't say that. She's gonna see this and think I really said that. You're
We
making
already
up
had the
shit.
conversation, she and I. She's like, I don't think so. That's my point. Anyway,
Well, did you tell her about that part? Like, I'm gonna fire that nasty ass bitch. Did you tell her that part?
because I didn't say that. Because I knew she didn't do it. Because I know that you do it all the time. I find empty.
Who eats
I find-
half a cherry and puts it back in the jar? Nobody.
Definitely you do.
You eat the whole.
I find
No.
I find empty ice cream containers in the in the freezer.
I do that because I don't want you to know that I ate all the ice cream.
Okay.
Thanks for outing me on that. I do. I will, after you go to sleep at night, at 8:15, I stand around and then I go and eat the mint chip ice cream.
Then you put it back.
And I put it back because I don't want you to know that I did.
Like you drink all the whiskey and you put it back.
I didn't drink all the goddamn whiskey. Look, I would admit if I drink all the whiskey because ain't nobody can say shit to me about it. I'd be like, yeah, I drink the whiskey. What about it? Huh? Which one of you is going to do something about it? Nobody, except maybe you. I did not drink all the whiskey.
Cheers, my dear.
There's no cheers left. I didn't eat half a cherry. I mean, that just wouldn't be right.
You go full cherry or nothing. So that does not taste like a drink that I've had before, but I like it very much.
Do you?
I mean,
It needs more gin.
yeah, I was gonna say it's a little sweet. Here, let's put a little bit of it. Let's do it. You want to do it though?
I think that maybe I'm just an alcoholic.
It is a little sweet. I also like pistachio ice cream, and it needs to be shaken. All these things. I know. I wanted to talk about Norm Macdonald.
Sad.
9 years of fighting cancer. Like, I liked his quote.
About the draw, it's
Yeah, it's a draw.
When you die, the cancer dies with you.
It's a
a draw.
Yeah. I'm gonna change the music again.
I respect that he didn't talk about it, whine about it. I was never a huge fan of his comedy. Just wasn't. No. He is beloved, and he should be. I get it. Everybody's got their SNL. My SNL's just so much earlier, you know? I'm original cast SNL. But that's better. It's better with more gin. Most things are. Actually, he was, though, a really, really good Weekend Update host. Weekend Update? He was a very good Weekend Update host. A lot of people are like big Dennis Miller fans. I never liked Dennis Miller. He was way too kind of smarmy and aren't I clever. McDonald was just funny, which I liked. What are you doing over there, my sweet? All right, well, I'm gonna just keep on with the food thing. So looky here, guys. The drink actually is the drink is good now because I put more gin in it. Did you see my sweet? Sorry, did you see my tweet today? No. Vodka is just gin. Somebody was too lazy to finish. That got all kinds of pushback. So this is what the noodles look like when everything is soaked up. Ow, 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 ow. Okay, that's still really hot. Now, a lot of people will leave these long like this. I'm putting the CD back in the case. Oh, is that how it's going to be? Is this going to be the whole I put the CDs back in the case and you don't thing? Is that where we are?
I'm just pointing out I'm putting the CD back in the case.
Really? Is it one of your CDs or is it one of my CDs? Right, because we would never listen to one of my CDs, would we?
Yeah, we did. Oh, yeah, you just bought the box set.
We never listen to my CDs. We only listen to your CDs. It's okay.
That's because you didn't have any CDs out. And now
I didn't have any CDs out. I've got 6,000 CDs, but my CDs aren't cool. Not like yours. You're the cool person.
This is one we both have, I think. Isn't it fun when you find your CDs, people?
I'm going to
Thank
cut
you,
up the
Michael.
noodles now. A lot of people will drain these first. I don't bother. And a lot of people use kitchen shears. I just use scissors because I've been using them since kindergarten.
Are you cutting your pan?
I don't really worry about this pan because I don't like this pan very much. But then I am gonna, I'll cut you. Do we have a colander? I don't even know if we own a colander. We used to. No, what I used was the inside of the salad spinner. People think that we have like a lot of stuff here, a lot of tools. We don't. We actually don't have crap for culinary devices. They're all at the office. Well, come and go. Talking of Michelangelo, or is it speaking of Michelangelo? Come and go. Talking of Michelangelo. All right. Well, here. How about we use this thing called a sieve. That'll work. Here. The lights keep...
I know, I'm sorry. It's me.
I know it's you. There's not any question but that it's you. So I'm letting these drain while we start the rest of the day.
We didn't make the announcement you wanted to make.
Okay, well, now's a good time. Now is a really, really good time. So, as some of you may know, Elizabeth and I and my whole gang are going to be going on tour soon with a brand new live show called Alton Brown Live Beyond the Eats. We're doing something that we've never done before. Is that part of the show is going to involve a dream of mine, which is to have a quiz show, a culinary quiz show. What? What? What?
Nothing.
No, go ahead.
No.
No, people want to hear what you have to say.
No.
Is it not true that I've always wanted a quiz show?
Never mind. I'm sorry. That was really. I mean,
No,
I
no,
accused you of
really.
being 12 years old. I was about to be.
No, really. What do you mean? Have I not always wanted a quiz show? I didn't get even a shot at Jeopardy. LeVar Burton, by the way, totally. No, go ahead.
Yes, you're right.
No, really, I want to hear this.
I think you
America and
know.
several
There we
foreign
go.
countries.
It's wet dream.
What? What's wet dream? What's a wet?
Oh my God, he doesn't get it. Never mind.
I didn't say a jizz show. I said a quiz show. What?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just tired.
I'm not going to talk about this anymore.
Okay.
No.
I don't want to know.
So apparently, what are you saying? I didn't want a quiz show?
No, nothing. It was just. I mean, somebody else had the same.
What did they say? What did they
you
say?
had the same thing.
Which was what?
Something about a dream of your. Never mind. Okay. Yes. So.
No, you can't. You can't just throw that up. Go ahead and explain it all now that you've shushed me with your
I
insolence.
didn't shush you.
You totally shushed me.
I didn't.
So apparently it wasn't always my dream to have a quiz show. Go ahead.
What?
Your fandom wants to hear you rake me over some imaginary coals for some.
No, I'm not.
You don't get to touch my Post-its.
That's what you said always. Okay.
Me saying don't touch my Post-its is not the same as you just not being willing to touch my Post-its.
Okay. You have always had the dream of having
My
a
dreams
quiz
are
show.
shot to shit now. Screw my dreams. This comes that uncomfortable part in the party where people are like, should we go home now? No, stay! This is like, haven't you ever seen Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? This is just like that. Come on, let me have it. Come on. In the new live show, if it happens, I'm finally going to get to have the quiz show that I've always dreamed about. A culinary quiz show. But we're going to pre-qualify. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that all over your face? I'm sorry. Is that? But we want to pre-qualify our players. So in each city, we're going to have 3 people come up to play this culinary quiz show. But we want to pre-qualify you. So what we want you to do is to go online. Go to, is that backwards? Because that's really going to suck.
It never is. We always think it is.
Quiz.altonbrownlive.com. Or you can just go to altonbrown.com and go up to the right-hand menu and choose the quiz. This quiz is some hard shit, people. Most of you, listen, and there's things that we've done that are completely different.
It's 100 questions.
It's 100 questions, but they cycle randomly. So if you take it and you're like next to your friend, they're not going to get the same questions as you. And get this, we'll tell you your score at the end, but we won't tell you which questions you got wrong. Because if you come up on stage, and that's the whole thing, in any given city, whoever does the best on this, those will be the people that are called up, if, of course, you have tickets to that show. And you will come to glory. But I got to tell you right now, probably you're not going to make it because this shit's hard. I have designed a test of such cunning Cunning.
Double cunning.
Double freaking cunning. These questions are so freaking hard. If you're a food fan, that'll get you only so far. If you're a Good Eats fan, it's only going to get you so far. I suggest you go to quiz.altonbrownlive.com and just try.
Is there a
Just
course?
try.
Is there like an LSAT? Or is there like
Nope,
a...
you can't pre-study for this. And by the way, I know what a lot of you are going to do. You're going to be like going online to look up stuff. That's not going to help you. It'll help you a couple of times, but not enough to get on stage. You get on stage for the big quiz during the shows, and there will be prizes and glory that you cannot even begin
Is it
to
going to be
imagine.
like on a curving, like a bell curve, grading? Yeah.
I don't like curves. I don't like that. I don't like to do that. I'm
Will
not gonna
you
curve.
get to see, like, if everyone's only getting like 30 of them right? You're
Listen.
Like, well,
In the rotating 100 questions, you're only going to get a shot at 20, and most of you are going to fail miserably because I've designed it that way. They're really not very easy at all. I mean, I made 100, but I wrote it. So go now. By the way, this is the first time we're announcing this. Tomorrow, everybody on the internet will know this. So quiz.altonbrownlive.com, and you could represent your city on stage at any given show that you come to on the Alton Brown Live Beyond the Eats tour. So that's the big announcement for the
cash
night.
prizes and
No, there's no freaking cash, but there's awesome prizes anyway. Which is that I will bite your cherry in half and dump it back in your jar if you win.
wonder for that.
There will be prizes, but not cash. If you give away cash, it opens up a whole nother realm
No, I
of
understand.
legal. But if you win on
You
stage,
have the glory. The glory.
you will get merch. Oh my gosh. You will get like merch
Shower.
rain down on you, and you will become the most awesomely.
She already crashed? Seriously?
What? Did it crash?
Did she already crash?
Did the site crash? Let me tell you. What do you mean it's not up yet? Bullshit. Go to Alton Brown. I took it this afternoon. Go to Alton Brown. Go to quiz.altonbrownlive.com.
Got my handy iPad.
We're going to use that iPad. We're going to see that. It's going to be there. We're going to take the test. And I'm going to ace it. But I wrote it. It's hard. Oh, and this is cool. Get this. Some questions have multiple correct answers. Okay? That's diabolical. Nobody's ever done that before, as far as I know. There are multiple correct
Okay.
answers. And sometimes, so hit, no, don't sign up for the newsletter.
Take the quiz.
Take the quiz. If you go to the homepage, altonbrownlive.com, and hit take the quiz,
Let's get cooking.
you go down to Let's Get Cooking,
Good looking.
and there it is.
There it is.
Don't start taking
I'm
it.
not
Don't
going
start
to.
taking it. There are trick questions. This is absolutely evil, this test. And I imagine
I can
most of
share
you
the
were just
quiz.
going,
Can I share the
no. You
But I'm
can't.
just saying
I don't
people
want
are
you
going to. I'm
They
not
want you
going
to
to.
share the quiz on either Facebook or the
I
Twitters.
see that. I recognize the
Don't. We'll do that
icons.
later. We'll do that later. It's
But I'm just saying, do you want them to share the quiz?
I do want you to share the quiz. Absolutely. If you take the quiz, share it to either Facebook or the Twitters.
You guys are all mensa
So
candidates.
Alton
We're
Brown,
not.
sorry, quiz.altonbrownlive.com. Go to altonbrownlive.com and hit take the quiz. If you don't do this, same thing. And see how you do. I worked, and my people, I don't really have people, but we worked hard on this. It is probably the hardest food and Good Eats test ever published. So, from whoever gets the top scores in any city, that is who we're going to call up on stage during the show, bless you, to take part in the live quiz, which is going to be very involved. And by the way, there are going to be components from Good Eats, some things that will remind you of Cutthroat Kitchen and other shows that I've been involved in.
So it's going to be into like super fan nerds up on stage. This will be fun.
Ready to have a quarter cherry.
I'm
about
keeping
we-
my cherry whole.
Tell me about it. I don't even know what that means.
Are we cooking dinner?
Yes,
I'm very hungry.
we're gonna cook. All right, fine, let's cook. We have our meat, which has marinated nicely. We've got some chicken stock standing by. I forget
Standing
how
by to
much
do
we need.
what?
We need about half a cup. What?
What's it standing by to do?
To go into the wok. This is so. Here we go. We're going to turn on the hood because we're going to need that.
Oh, why don't you take a picture of it?
High heat. I don't have a
High
wok
heat?
burner. I wish I did,
Hi.
but we don't. Now the nice thing about woks is that they concentrate heat down in the bottom. They're just about the perfect pan. Walk on by or walk this way, depending on which. Walk on by. If you do want this recipe, which is not authentic but is tasty, you can go to alterbrow.com and download Ants and Trees and take that test, guys. I dare you. I double freaking dog dare you. So we're going to use a little bit of. My recipe calls for canola oil, but we're not using canola oil because Elizabeth has convinced me that canola oil, by and large, is not a good
You
thing.
almost just did there.
What?
You just cut it out and you're going to use it.
No, because this was actually, it is not canola oil. This is not canola oil. It is peanut oil. You
How
don't believe me?
stupid do you think I am?
Okay, then let's put that down and
Here,
we'll use.
let's take the bottle
the extra, like-
marked canola that now he's telling me is not really canola.
It isn't. I changed it. But we'll use light olive oil, which is perfectly fine for this kind of high heat cooking. Now, you guys may
We
know
also have avocado.
how I'm not gonna waste avocado oil for this. Oh shit! I've got to get the scallions.
You want well
Shit.
in the wok?
No,
How
what?
do the scallions? You do the
No, I got it. We need at least this many scallions.
Here, I can do this.
I can do it so fast.
Okay, here we go. You know, is the meanwhile the wok is
Don't worry
on.
about it. Let the wok get hot as shit. So I've got 5, 1, 2, 3. Actually, I've got 6 scallions
There we go.
here that I need to cut thin. These are going to go in different parts. I'll do this with my ice cream.
Again, we've already done this. Without
Half of these are going to go in during the midpoint of cooking, and then the rest will go in at the end.
Somebody only got 11 out of 20. 11 out of 20. Someone only got 11 out of 20.
11 out of 20. Actually, that's not bad considering. And the mean thing about the test is it's not going to tell you which ones you got right and which ones you got
7
wrong.
out of 20.
Because I don't want you guys going back on, logging back on again and taking it. But if you do that, it's just going to cycle in
Okay,
new questions.
Brian Fowler has said he's 7 out of 20. He's embarrassed.
Brian
We're okay.
who?
Brian Fowler.
Brian Fowler.
Yes.
My
So
Brian Fowler, the guy that worked with me very closely on Cooker Kitchen, that Brian Fowler?
Brian Fowler, is that you?
Is that you, buddy? Brian Fowler,
Brian Fowler? Brian?
is that you?
Brian?
Brian?
Brian? Brian?
Here we go. Brian Fowler was one of the challenge producers on Cut Their Kitchen and one of the finest
Ooh,
individuals.
we have a
I've had
16 out of 20. We got a champion.
16 out of 20, not bad, not bad.
Yeah.
Take it again though and see what you get the
Take
second
it
time.
again.
Because there'll be all new questions.
He has 4 out of 20. 15 out of 20. Wow. Brian,
This is so exciting.
Brian, are you with
Here
us
we go.
still? I want to know.
Hot as shit. Oh,
Hot as shit.
We're gonna need a bowl eventually.
I'm looking for
yeah.
Brian to come back.
Oh shit! Well, I dropped that.
I'm concerned about Brian. He's left us now. Brian, if you're with us still, please ping once. Will someone contact Brian?
Somebody get in touch
Anyone?
with Brian because we need Brian.
Brian Fowler.
So
Brian?
2 minutes and 2 minutes.
Oh my God, he's gone now. And now I'm concerned. Will someone please check on
Brian's a
Brian?
good guy. He's the guy that I think he is.
Brian's probably. Oh, wait. What does he say? We are dumb? No, you're not dumb. Are you Brian Fowler that worked with him on was it Iron Chef or
Cut Their Kitchen.
Cut Their Kitchen? The Brian Fowler? Oh, shit.
From Oregon.
Oh, really? From Oregon. All right, you guys are watching this. No, you're not
Right.
Brian.
So I don't have as many BTUs as
Femi,
I'd
you're not
like.
Brian.
Uh,
I also want to know, is the Baloney Fairy with us tonight?
what?
The Baloney Fairy. Jeff?
There's somebody that calls themselves a baloney fairy. I'm adding about
That's what I
half
call
of the
them.
scallions at this point.
Half the scallions. Woo! Look at that.
This isn't nearly enough.
Order,
BTU.
order. We're all Brian.
I need a lot more.
We are all Brian. Did someone get a 19 out of 20? Oh my God, Kimberly,
19 out of
Kimberly
20?
Engel. Ding,
What
ding, ding,
city?
ding, ding,
What
ding.
city?
Where are
19
you?
out of
Where are
20
you,
is gonna get
Kimberly?
you on stage, but you got to have tickets
Kimberly.
to the show. That's the tricky thing. Sorry.
Kimberly.
If you don't already have
Hey,
tickets,
Jeff.
please buy tickets.
Baloney Fairy. We need to write a song for Baloney Fairy. Or needs an outfit or
Oh my God, I
something.
missed this guy.
What's the link? The link.
Quiz.altonbrownlive.com.
Quiz dot, or just go to altonbrownlive.com and go to take the quiz. Hi, Jeff. Baloney Fairy.
Cook, damn you. I need more heat.
7th
Shit.
Rhode Island. Kimberly, the 19 out of 20?
19 out of 20?
No,
Nice. Thank
Sean,
you,
you're
Dan.
not
See-
Brian Fowler. No, we're not all Brian Fowler. This is not Fight Club. We're all, what was that? His
Well,
name is,
if it was Fight
in
Club,
death.
we wouldn't be talking about it.
but in death, we're all,
This is the most diabolical quiz that I could put together.
so Brian Fowler was not the Cutthroat Kitchen, or the Iron, yeah, Cutthroat Kitchen guy. It crashed, really?
It did not crash. I don't.
It might
people
have.
just like to say it.
Oh! Look at that, nice catch. Ruthless,
So
someone says.
we're going to add some vegetables to this because
Yay,
Elizabeth likes
vegetables! Well, don't you think some little health would go well? Otherwise, it's just like brown. It's just a brown dish.
Well,
I don't mean like an Alton brown dish. I mean a brown dish. Okay, so apparently it's not crash. Somebody just wanted to say it was crashed.
we're
What?
already going to have words about this whole.
Wait, someone got a 20 out of 20? Someone else is
No, I
calling
don't believe
BS. Oh my God!
If
Now
you
we got
20
now
out
we
of
have
20, you're
infighting.
guaranteed a spot on stage, pretty much.
Now we have infighting.
We have infighting.
They're all brown dishes. Yeah, but this one's like really brown. Brown. Oh wait, Kimberly Engel. Is this
Baby bok choy. Going
Are you
in.
Kim from Philly that went to? Okay, now we're all. You guys are hooking up. Hooking it up. Wow, you guys, are you paying attention to us? You're taking the quiz. Seriously, why are we here? Someone got 21 out of 20. Excellent.
There's no extra credit. You only got a 21. That's bullshit.
22 out of 20. You get some smart people here. This quiz is reminding me of the fact that I need to rewatch Good Eats DVDs. See? There we
There are
go.
some questions that only people that know Good Eats well are going to be able to get.
So I would feel
That's just the way
miserably.
it All right, now we're going to add the noodles.
Nudes.
I don't have as much heat as I'd like.
Nudies. Someone said, does the fire need to be hotter? And they were right.
This is all I got.
Opa.
I wish I had more heat.
19 out of 20. Really? Another one. Wait a minute. Liz Klein? Really?
Who?
Liz.
Liz
We got
who?
Klein.
I don't know this one.
Okay. 12. No, you're not pathetic. No, Laurel, listen. Look. Are we going to have to set up like a support group? Look, you people are not pathetic. You're not stupid. You're not any. I need to talk. I need real talk. I don't want to hear anyone say they're pathetic or stupid or any of the above. I'm trying to coach your followers. They're not. Look, he made the hardest freaking test ever. So I don't want to hear any negative talk about yourself. Just take it again.
You don't want to hear what?
People are saying that they're pathetic and stupid and like
They're pathetic?
sad.
What's pathetic?
No, people are depressed. Don't be depressed. See, regular.
What are people saying is pathetic? My questions?
Yes, affirmation.
Really? Well, show me your 20 out of 20 then if you think it's pathetic.
No, I'm saying that people saying that they are saying that they are pathetic if they only got like an X number.
Oh, you're not pathetic. It's
No.
a hard question.
No.
This test
no.
was designed to be hard, but I need really good people up on stage. And listen, in your town, you might be able to get a 9 and you still be like the awesome. So
Yeah.
don't worry about it.
So I don't want to hear anybody talk bad about yourself.
No,
Okay.
don't talk about yourself.
This isn't.
If it's too hard, tell me and I'll make it easier. No,
Okay,
I'll
Jack.
do that.
Yeah, no. You're fine. You can't find the quiz. right, well, first test,
Quiz.
the first test is fine. Go to Alton Brown Live, right in the middle of the,
Live.
all right, either quiz.altonbrownlive.com or just go to altonbrownlive.com and then right in the middle of the menu header thing says take the quiz.
I'm afraid this isn't going to be hot enough.
Like, temperature-wise or spicy?
I'm afraid it's going to be spicy.
Here, I'm looking to see. Do we need to set up like a hotline for like support? Is this what we need now? Do I need, look, if anyone's really depressed and sad, please reach out to your other people, okay? Support.
It's
We
a
can't
hard
have people.
test. I'm not lying. It's going to
Yeah,
be really hard.
I'm a little worried. People are chicken broth. People are asking about the chicken broth.
Shit, chicken. African chicken. Shit.
Yes, the Alton Brown Quiz support group. This is going to be like Fight Club, where it's like, you know, testicular cancer in one room and then the Alton Brown Quiz support group in the other.
What's her name? Singer?
Marla.
Marla. Tourist.
Tourist.
All right.
Yeah, you do know a lot about food. All you people watching know a lot about food. Look,
You guys
he's
have
a
been watching-
cruel,
look, this is a
sadistic
hard
MFer. Let me tell you. Look,
Did you
yeah.
really just say that?
Cruel, sadistic, smarter than
Look.
everyone in the entire room. Meanie.
I'm not a meanie. Jeez, you're riding me like a cheap circus pony tonight.
You're all lovely people. Okay? Nothing's happening? Okay, try it again.
It's a tough quest. It's tough. I designed it.
Meanie. Say what? Meanie. Hey, anybody else know that song? Okay.
All right. That's dinner.
That's
It's
dinner.
never looked like this before, but I'm going with it.
Okay. So. Oh, look, see, it's pretty. And we have, tweaky. Here, hang on. Do we have chopsticks? You have Haji out there
chopsticks?
coming out the. You brought 40. You had to like buy a whole new. Really, you went to Japan?
I have
And
thousands of Haji. I have so many sets of chopsticks.
We do, and this is what we use.
We'll use the disposable ones because the other ones are locked up.
Locked
they're
up
very-
because they're cagey in there. Look how pretty. See, this is kind of pretty. I'm gonna make the Slurpee sound.
I must
Am
have
I
messed
going-
something
people
up.
wanna know if
This
I'm
is
going on
not
tour with
anywhere
them.
near spicy enough. What?
People want to know if I'm going on tour with you.
Actually going on tour. She's playing bass. I messed up something. This isn't good. I don't know what the hell I did wrong. This is not the way this is supposed to
I
be.
don't know. I get some spice. A lot of spice, actually.
This is weak.
Was there garlic?
I don't know. I screwed something up. There's not enough salt. There's not. I don't know what I did. I was so busy talking about quiz.altonbrownlive.com that I didn't. I screwed up something.
It's pretty spicy.
It's not anywhere near spicy enough. You should be like putting fire. in
Never
your
have
head.
eaten cherry. Where's my?
The problem is that there's not enough heat. We don't. What are you doing?
Where's my drink?
That's.
No, yours is over there with a half quarter eaten cherry. Somebody just mentioned Norm again. I mean,
Great comic. Good guy.
good guy.
Never met him.
I guess. I mean,
He will be missed.
yeah, but
Hugely missed.
you battled cancer for 9 years. I mean,
Wow.
I had a friend, you know, a young woman, 32, that died of cervical cancer right after our wedding, actually. We were on the honeymoon when I found out about it. And she'd been sick for 4 years. And I'm like devastated because I didn't know, and I've been hanging out with her, and she was so good at keeping it quiet. Anyway, 9 years is like, you know, we're on this planet for not that long.
Well,
It's
all I can
just-
say is I hope that he did some writing during that time and that we'll eventually get to see that, because I think that one of the things that I hope he did was to reflect, and because we're all headed ultimately for a zero-sum game.
Well, there's a fabulous professor at some university that wrote a book on dying, and I can't remember, it was a few years ago.
Oh,
Hugely inspirational, amazing. I don't.
the guy that died of pancreatic cancer. Oh, shoot, I can't remember his name. His last lectures.
Yeah.
Shoot. We have that book.
Do we?
Yeah.
Steve
It's a very
Jobs is
brief
another
book.
one, but first of all, I think this is tasty. So the noodles seem different than what I
screwed up.
tasted at
I screwed up something.
at the office
I
the other day. Is this
oversoaked
the
them.
same noodles?
Yes, I just oversoaked them.
Okay. It's a little soggy, but
They soaked for more than 20 minutes and they shouldn't have. And we just don't have enough heat. Our burner doesn't have enough heat to brown the...
isn't it the same stove as what you have at the office?
No, I have more BTUs at the office.
Okay. So, someone with like normal American, if you have like an electric stovetop,
It's so hard to come up
You're
with enough
screwed?
BTUs. You are. You're totally screwed. I mean, I'll eat this, but it's not as good as it usually is. Because we don't have enough brown on the...
brown.
On the...
What does one do if one has an electric oven or doesn't have a Mac? I mean, come on.
You know what? Do this on the grill. If you've got a
I was
grill,
wondering.
put your wok on the grill. That's what I should have done. I just got lazy. Sorry.
I don't think you got lazy. And that would give it some smoke.
I was so worried about, you know, the fact that we didn't have a boom mic. You guys realize it's just us, right? We got nothing. We got no...
Sandy Posh, thank you. Yeah, that person clearly had not, you've not been watching. He's probably going now.
I bet
anyway.
he did really bad on the test. Oh. Hey. Do you want some ants and trees?
Yeah.
Well, I guess she does.
Well, I
So-
don't know what we're doing about QQ if we're doing anything when we're on the road.
We're gonna do QQ from our tour bus.
Oh, okay.
It won't be the usual time because the problem is that the usual time we're gonna be on stage.
Yeah. So,
So we're gonna have to figure out a different time to do it. Maybe we'll do it as a post show so that it's more like 7 o'clock Pacific.
we won't be cooking, we'll be doing takeout.
Well, we can cook. We can cook on the bus. It'll be a pain in the ass.
It'll
But
smell.
we can totally
I
do
don't
it.
know.
Well, yeah, because when you create smells on a tour bus, they stay with you for a very long time. That's just the truth.
Okay, so we basically do takeout
Yeah.
and a post-mortem on a show every given night. You guys are in for that?
So when you're living on a bus,
I would know.
it's gonna be us and Franny and Scabs on the bus.
Oh, bowling. Someone's asking
Bowling.
about bowling,
Our problem with the whole bowling thing is how to
the COVID thing.
the whole COVID's thing. You know, we got into that idea before the Delta hit.
We knew, yeah. I mean, I think we could probably still, I don't know, numbers are going down. All by myself, apparently. Parking lot bowling? I don't know.
parking lot bowling. Oh, that's good. That's chili. That's really, really good. We could figure out how to do that. Would you like another Singapore sling? That's just melted water.
It's okay.
Really?
Is that all that is? No, no.
Really?
No, there's some stuff in there.
You gave Scabs your leftovers. She's gonna fart fire all night. You wake up with Scabigail in bed, and you open your eyes a little bit, and you realize that her butthole is like right here, and all of a sudden, psh,
It's kind of like aliens with the.
yes,
acid.
it is kind of like the alien blood.
Please just kill me.
Kill me. So, ants climbing trees, Singapore slings.
Someone's asking about my necklace. My necklace is by Tatiana Ingles.
It's pottery.
This is ceramic. This is leather. I've had it for a bunch of years.
You're very stylish. What does that mean? You are.
Very kind.
I, on the
This
other hand, am
this shirt is Rika out of
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam. We stayed in there,
Stayed in her
Inn.
her casa.
and the NASA watch.
And
Gift of my husband.
I'm wearing a Universal Genève tank watch vintage, and a vintage ID bracelet from Italy that actually has the word Elizabeth on it. I don't know what that word means, but
Elizabeth? It's a name.
has Elizabeth on it. So I've identified all of my apron is by Headley and Bennett. My shirt is by Groen & Sewn, my favorite New York American apparel brand. But if you go to their website, odds are they're only going to have extra smalls and one extra large, and it'll, even if you try to buy it, it'll be gone.
There are no clothes. I'm trying to
There's
order
no
stuff for the
clothes.
store. There's nothing out
No
there.
clothes. We're having a really hard time even buying like socks.
So sorry in advance for our appearance.
Yeah.
Actually, no. We're very excited about our custom suits, but you'll
We have
see.
custom suits on tour. So,
We'll talk about that later.
who took the test?
They're still talking 12 out of 20.
I want to know who took the test.
Yeah, we didn't do the song this week because we had a
We didn't do a song this week.
horrible week. But
We
if you lost,
we can probably get a song
you
ready
will find me
time after time. You want to do time after time next week?
I will be waiting.
We need to do a song.
Time after time. Look, nothing's
The songs-
failed. No one failed. There's no failing.
No, there's no failing. There's only not doing very well. Look, it's a hard. Wait, 18? Did I see somebody say 18? Wow. I'm impressed, Josh.
Yeah, but Kimberly beat you, Josh.
What did Kimberly get?
19.
Shit, 19? Kimberly.
Maybe you
What,
get
listen,
easy questions.
it is so important
No,
that
we're
you
not gonna
guys
puff
like
them as a
register your answers, because this is the list that we're going to ask people to come up on stage. So if you want a shot at being on stage for the real game, which is going to be very involved in your town, you're gonna have to
Flunker-
do this.
Hang on, sorry.
What's this?
I like the word someone used. I love this song. It's on. Flunkarooski!
Flunkarooski.
Mike, can anyone identify the music? Can you guys hear it?
Can you?
Of course I can. I put it on.
So even though I don't think this food is very good, I'm eating more of it because I'm hungry. But I'm gonna have another drink the second we get off the. Ooh, that's too hot. Oh,
Can you guys identify the music? Anyone?
it's not loud enough for anybody.
Q. Well, we'll turn it up then. QQ t-shirts are happening.
Do we have more shirts in the
Yeah.
mix? Will we be selling QQ shirts on tour? Elizabeth has been very involved in the tour merch. No,
We're not selling QQ shirts.
Oh.
QQ shirts.
but the Alton Brown Live shirts are pretty great.
They're good.
Gotta say.
I mean, there's some things that I want not to happen, but we couldn't.
What are you?
COVID.
What are you off to? Are you leaving?
Hurry up, bye.
What?
Hurry up and use it.
Are you wearing a vest backwards? Somebody wants to know if you're wearing a vest backwards.
No, I'm wearing it forwards. This is.
I could see how they might have thought that, but
I can see that too. But this is how it's meant to be.
if you were wearing one backwards, though, you would admit it.
I would. Oh yeah, absolutely. But no, this is actually how it's supposed to be worn.
Can we like go out for Crystal after this because I'm not really satisfied.
Dogs will be with us, not the Supremes. Wow. Okay.
Scabs and Franny will be with us on tour, and if you have VIP tickets, you might get to view Scabigail directly. We're working on that.
And Franny.
He's not as glamorous. And Franny, because he's old. So it's.
You're not as glamorous as me. I'm just kidding.
Why don't you wrap the show by yourself then?
Poor Franny doesn't get the love. He's going. Franny's going. Scabs is going. She is a VIP. I'm not going until someone identifies the song.
It's like we're in a club now. We have to talk over the music.
What?
So I hope that all of you will go. All of you that are planning on going to the show will go to quiz.altonbrownlive.com. Take the quiz, and maybe you will be, if you've got a high enough score, you'll be selected in your town to come up on stage and do the real quiz show, which is called Eat This. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going to sign off. It's 8:30.
We're going to do a family dance. Family dance. You have to get Franny.
I don't know where he is. Where did he go? Franny.
He's right there. He's
What?
He's right there. I can't believe none of you are able to do that. Oh. I think we had a winner chicken dinner. No. Okay. We bid you all a good evening. And we will see you next week. Where's the goodbye? Where's the goodbye?
It's the X.
I can't
Up top.
see it. Ah!